The two guys in their mid-20s are sitting at a bar having a beer. One of the guys says to his buddy, "Man, you really look tired." His buddy says, "Dude, I'm exhausted. My girlfriend wants to do the do all the time, 3 times, 4, even 6 times a night, every night. She wakes me up at all hours. I just don't know what to do." A fellow about 70, sitting a couple of stools down, overheard the conversation. He looked over at the two young men and with the wisdom of years says, "Marry her. That'll put a stop to all that nonsense." Little Johnny took his new chemistry set down to the basement where he stayed all afternoon mixing various liquids together. Eventually his dad went down and found him surrounded by test tubes pounding something into the wall. "Why are you hammering a nail into the wall?" asked the dad. "It's not a nail," said Johnny. "It's a worm. I tried to bring this worm back to life with my special chemical mixture, but my formula made the worm hard as a rock." Johnny showed his dad the liquid mix that he had soaked the worm in, and his dad said, "I'll tell you what, you give me the test tube with your special chemical mixture in it and I too buy you a Toyota."
Oh no.
So little Johnny handed the test tube over. The next day when Johnny got home from school, he saw a brand new Mercedes-Benz parked in the driveway. He then asked his dad about the car. "Your Toyota is in the garage. The Mercedes is from your mother."
Wait, what? Why do I not get that one? No, what happened? What is going on?
So here the young man was showing off his new sports car to his girlfriend. She was thrilled at the speed. He asked, "If I do 200 miles per hour, will you take off your clothes?" "Yes," said his adventurous girlfriend. And as he gets up to 200, she peeled off all her clothes. Unable to keep his eyes on the road, the car skidded onto some gravel and flipped over. The naked girl was thrown clear, but he was jammed beneath the steering wheel. He cried, "Go and get help." She shouted, "But I can't. I'm naked and my clothes are gone." "Take my shoe," he said, "and cover yourself."
What?
Holding the shoe over her privates, the girl ran down the road and found a service station. Still holding the shoe between her legs, she pleaded to the service station proprietor, "Please help me. My boyfriend's stuck." The proprietor looked at the shoe and said, "There's nothing I can do. He's in too far."
Oh my god. Stuck up there?
Larry gets home late one night and his wife, Linda, shouted, "Where in the hell have you been?" Larry replies, "I was out getting a tattoo." "A tattoo?" She frowned. "What kind of tattoo did you get?" "I got $100 bill on my privates," he said proudly. Shaking her head in disdain and shouted, "Why on earth would an accountant get $100 bill tattooed on his privates?"
What the?
"Well, 1, I like to watch my money grow. 2, once in a while I like to play with my money. 3, I like how money feels in my hand. And, lastly, instead of you going out shopping, you can stay right here at home and blow $100 anytime you want."
No. Oh wow, yeah, okay, I gotta give it to him. No, I'm not giving it to him. No, I didn't. Okay.
A husband and wife were having dinner at a very fine restaurant when this absolutely stunning young woman comes over to their table, gives the husband a big kiss, says she'll see him later and walks away. His wife glares at him and says, "Who the hell was that?" "Oh," replies the husband, "she's my mistress." "Well, that's the last straw," says the wife. "I've had enough. I want a divorce." "I can understand that," replies her husband, "but remember, if we get a divorce it will mean no more shopping trips to Paris, no more wintering in Barbados, no more summers in Tuscany, no more Infinities and Lexuses in the garage, and no more yacht club. But the decision is yours."
What?
Just then, a mutual friend enters the restaurant with a gorgeous babe on his arm. "Who's that woman with Jim?" asks the wife. "That's his mistress," says her husband. "Ours is prettier," she replies.
What just happened?
A high school English teacher reminds her class of the next day's final exam. She tells the class that there would be no excuse for not showing up, except for a serious injury or illness, or a death in the student's immediate family. One smart-ass jock in the back of the room asks, "What about extreme sexual exhaustion?" The entire class does its best to stifle their laughter and snickering. When silence is restored, the teacher smiles sympathetically at the student, shakes her head, and sweetly says, "Oh, that's so sad. Guess you'll just have to write with your other hand."
Okay, mommy teacher, damn. Oh no.
A woman goes to her boyfriend's parents' house. This is her first time meeting the family and she is very nervous. They all sit down and begin eating a fine meal. The woman started to feel a little discomfort thanks to her nervousness and the broccoli casserole. The gas pains are almost making her eyes water.
Oh.
She decides to let out a dainty fart. Everyone heard the poof. Before she even had a chance to be embarrassed, her boyfriend's father looked over at the dog that had been snoozing at the woman's feet and said in a rather stern voice, "Skippy." The woman thought great, and she smiled. A couple of minutes later she was beginning to feel the pain again.
Damn.
This time she let a louder and longer fart. The father again looked at the dog and yelled, "Damn it, Skippy." A few minutes later the woman had to let another one. This time she didn't even think about it. The father looked at the dog with disgust and yelled, "Damn it, Skippy, get away before she shits on you."
Well, I guess you could say that's a shitty situation.
She was standing in the kitchen, preparing our usual soft-boiled eggs and toast for breakfast,
Yum.
wearing only the t-shirt that she normally slept in.
Cute.
As I walked in, almost awake, she turned to me and said, softly, "You've got to make love to me this very moment." My eyes lit up as I thought, I am either still dreaming or this is going to be my lucky day. Not wanting to lose the moment, I embraced her and then gave it my all right there on the kitchen table. Afterwards she said, "Thanks," and returned to the stove, her t-shirt still around her neck. Happy, but a little puzzled, I asked, "What was that about?" She explained, "The egg timer's broken."
Oh, my brother. It's okay. Oh, man. Honestly, 2 seconds, 1 second, 5 seconds. It doesn't matter.
A newlywed couple moves into their new house. One day the husband comes home and his wife said, "Honey, in the upstairs bathroom one of the pipes is leaking. Could you fix it please?" The husband shouted, "What do I look like, Mr. Plumber?" A few days go by, and he comes home from work and his wife said, "Honey, the car won't start. I think it needs a new battery. Could you change it?" He shouted, "What do I look like, Mr. Goodwrench?" Later, it's raining pretty hard. The wife finds a leak in the roof. She said, "Honey, there's a leak on the roof." He shouted again, "What do I look like to you, Bob Vila?" The next day the husband comes home and the roof is fixed. So is the plumbing. So is the car.
Oh?
He asks what happened. "I had a handyman come in and fix them." "How much is that cost me?" Wife says, "Nothing. He said he'd do it for free if I either baked him a cake or slept with him." "What kind of cake did you make?" She shouted, "What do I look like to you, Betty Crocker?"
Oh, the wife! No!
Make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you are not subbed, and okay, bye!